And welcome back on my channel. So we're back in the studio with another video, and this time I want to show you guys a little bit more about Verselab MV-1, simply because I had to scrap most of my studio setup. I had to put aside my mixer, multi-track recorder, all synths, and basically stick with one groove box. So in this case, choice was obvious. It's a Verselab MV-1 simply because it can do it all. And now we'll show you a little bit more how you can easily integrate it with your PC DAW of choice. In my case, it's a Studio One, and yes, it can serve as a audio interface, MIDI controller, velocity sensitive pads. It has it all basically. So I will show you a few tips and tricks as well, how you can just streamline it, your workflow, prepare your projects and everything else for nice and pleasant music production. So let's go straight into it. So for example, I have here my Studio One. Let me just check cameras because it's bugging out. Since I made the new setup, it's bugging out completely. And as you can see, I have loaded all of those tracks, armed, and I can just stem record all of them, all of the tracks from my project in Verselab. As you can see, just like I can record it easily. Let's actually record something. Yeah, and I can go to stop any track, chop it, just work with the DAW as normal. But I don't want to do that now. So another thing is you have line input, so you can basically take any of your instruments, hook it up to Verselab MV-1 through line in, and record it through USB into your DAW with Master Effect, basically, because Master Effects only are applied at the end of the routing route, basically, yes. So those are output effects, master effects, instead of like input effects like on Roland SP404, yes. Unfortunately, I don't know why Verselab didn't include it. Roland didn't include input effects for Verselab. It would help me tremendously with my bass play, for example, because I could apply like 3-stack amplifier, for example, directly and go with it. In this case, I have to just like apply it after, yes. But another thing is that, so we have it as an audio interface. We can record stems simultaneously, just go with it. But another thing is that, for example, we can use it as a MIDI controller and control everything, your VSTs, for example, from Verselab, and record it back into Verselab through USB. So I will show it now. So let me just change the screen again. See, it's going between tracks. Yeah. But okay, we have a right screen. And what I did is I just created like template project. So load project, and I have template MIDI. That's how I called it. Very original name. Yeah. So this is my template project. So basically it's a blank project with no sounds, no instruments and everything else. No melodies, no song, nothing. Just saved settings, default settings that I want to use for my MIDI recording into Verselab, and that's a part of the workflow that I want to work on a little bit more. So for example, kick track is automatically replaced with kit track. Kit track with kick track. No, kick track with the kit track. So that's my default kit track, basically, identical to this one. And I can replace all of them with the kit track, basically. And Yeah, it's a default one. Like subtracks anyone from like Electron Tonwerk released the new Groovebox sampler, and with 8 subtracks for each channel, each like regular track, right? So this one is no difference, only I have 16 here instead of 8, and velocity sensitive, by the way. So those are sample based instruments. They call it instruments still, because I can tweak them, apply resonance, filters, send effects like reverb, delay for each one of them, change envelope. But let's create, for example, sequence. Another thing is that, for example, snare is as it was, hi-hat as it was, kit is original, bass as well, instrument 1 as well, but instrument 2 I replaced with a blank preset from Xenology Pro. So I created basically completely blank project in Xenology Pro without any sound, and then just loaded here as a blank. In this case I don't have to lower volume if I want to use this track as a MIDI track. So with my template project, it's already loaded across all of those clips. So just to apply sound across all of clips, you go in with the edit and browse instead of like pressing enter. Yes. So that's my blank track, but with the shift and instrument 2, sorry for my voice again, something's stuck there. With the shift and instrument 2, I have all of those track options. So track level, panning, reverb, delay, sense, EQ, compressor. That's for every individual track separately. And MIDI out. So I have a MIDI out, USB MIDI out, note, and CC out. Yes. The rest is not that important. So this track is purely MIDI track in this case, but when I use all of my MIDI instruments like VST sounds that I want to sample, and I will sample them, and I want still extra track, I will just switch it to one of the sounds that I have. And what else? With the shift tempo, I set the tempo to 90 by default, but let's go like 96. And set a scale. Those things I'm doing every single time for each new project, for obvious reasons. Yes, I'm not sticking with one scale or one note. So let's build a track. Let's build a track and switch screen again to this one. I will drop some kicks. Very simple. Let's apply some swing, shuffle. What happened to my kick? I didn't clear it. Okay. And maybe here a little bit of roll. Okay, like this, very simple, very straightforward. And what I want to do with it is I want to change the entire kit. For example, I'm going to section. That's why. For some reason I recorded it here. Clear clip. So I'm going to my clip and I want to change entire clip, entire kit. I'm going to kit browser, presets, all numbers, and for example, I can preview it in real time. I can go to notes and I like it, this one for example, reggaeton kick tree. Oh, that's a thump. But I will stick with reggaeton for now. By the way, how do you like my microphone? I had to replace my condenser mic again as well with this Tascam recorder. It's nice touch. Okay, so I want to change, for example, this instrument. So I'm going to edit and instrument edit. As you can see, it's already in mute group 1. There's no need for it, actually, but I want to change not cutoff, not resonance, attack, decay offset. Shorten it a little bit. So you can individually change envelope for all of those instruments. So now what we need a bass, obviously, yes? Instead of like picking bass from all of those sounds, like No Sunshine, DMX version, the best rapper, my favorite. So instead of like picking bass from one of those built-in sounds, I will go to instrument 2, for example, and choose one of my VSTs from DAW. So let's go do that. I will go to instruments and, for example, choose Mai Tai and bass. So let's go maybe with this one. No, very acidic. This one. Here we need to switch only to MV-1 as an input. Not bad. Octave lower. Oh, nice. Okay, so I want to record either sequence or just one note into my kit track, so I can just, at some point, I can just like keep those sounds recorded and switch off my DAW, my PC, and take it wherever I want with me, yes, with those samples recorded basically from VST. So at this point, my DAW and VSTs are just the sound source for sampling. At the same time, I could switch actually, I don't know, internet radio or YouTube and record it from there into Verselab and work with it, actually. That's why it's one of the most powerful options in the Verselab. Then you can do through USB, send audio out and in. So I want to record this note. If I go to input, I have line that it doesn't matter at this point, but because when I'm going to source, I'm going to PC. So I can internally resample it, do whatever I want, either mix out, entire mix out, record into sample, but I'm going to PC. In this way, I will record everything what's going through USB to Verselab. Another thing is I want to set recording options. So I set edit and recording, and I have trigger settings. So record trick is either enter, so when I press the enter it will start recording, either clock, so it will be after pre-count, and with the dB threshold. I will set it to -24 to be more velocity sensitive for like lower volume notes or anything, if I want to start from that, yes, for example. So I'm playing. Right now I'm triggering basically my VST. Now it's triggered, so it's waiting for threshold. And I have a preview. So I can play my sequence. I like it as it is. I will just normalize it as a rule. Go to kit track and drop it here, set sample. And I will drop it in a sequence. So I have again 16 sounds or instruments, as you can call it, with 16 sequences under one kit track. So that's my kit. For percussion, this one is, for example, for bass or whatever I want to, something like this. Okay, I want to drop it here this time. That's how easy it is. Another one. This one. I don't need a sequence for it as well. I can just like press it and drop it here. And now I can just play with it. Or one more maybe. Okay. I like it. Okay. Going back to kit, instrument 4. Maybe volume a little bit lower. And another thing is that I can change settings of those instruments as you can see here, and I can just like change cutoff, apply for effects, master effects only for some of them. So that will be mute group 1 because it's bass, so I want it monophonic. So they will cut themselves. Let's go to style. I don't need it. Maybe apply some reverb or more delay in master effects. Maybe a little bit more low. That's for entire track, actually. Even more delay. Okay, we got that. Yeah, so another thing is I want to apply some lead maybe. Let me just check camera again. Everything's working. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I want to apply some lead now. So let's go to lead and drop maybe this one. I'm going to instrument 2. Octave 0. I like it, it's just like eerie sound, very like harsh. So yeah, I want to record it. And that's my sound basically. I'm going to kit, going to track 5, instrument 5, and I can just drop it. Let's extend it to 2 bars and drop it on a second bar here. Different lead. Now I can record entire arpeggio, for example. I want this. No, cancel. I like it. Let's go to kit, note 6. And drop it, maybe extend it by another 2, so now it's 4 bars, and somewhere on the third part maybe. No, on first of 4 bars. Something like that. I like it. Very like dark sounding. But another thing I can do is just like, let's go with maybe some pads this time. Poly pads. Okay, let's go with the pads. And I can apply chord. I want to record that, simple as it is. That's some other sound behind it. Some modulation is awesome. I'm going to kit again, And then let's just drop it here at the top so it won't be confusing. And let's go to second one and maybe record it from here. I can edit it and it will trigger only 50 chances, 50 chance that it will trigger basically. Maybe lower volume as well. Position is not the best of this track, so maybe I will just, that's not the way to copy it. Okay, I will drop it here, edit, lower velocity and maybe 53%. Come on, trigger it. Never mind. Let's drop it here. Loose sample. At this point, I don't need it. Lower volume. So we just add the background a little bit. Last thing that I want to show you is how you can just apply it into melodical track. Yes, so for example, we're choosing another preset. But like this one, yes, I want to record simple. See, I don't need melody for it or anything. That was a long decay as well. But this time I will just drop it into snare, for example. And I can apply chord. I can edit those sounds as well, however I want. For example, in this case, I have to go to edit and clip, and I can apply effects, but tone settings. If I go to tone settings, I have like tuning, pan delay. I can apply automation for all of it, fine tuning, chord tuning, monopoly. So if I go back to note, now I have access to my notes, and I will go to poly. Now it's in poly, yes. And I can change other settings as well with it. So I'm going to turn settings again. And for example, band, portmanteau, cutoff, resonance. Vibrato. So I have plenty of options just by working with samples. Voice assign, limit full, so band mode, unison, all of that. I can obviously apply effects, multi effects. So now at this point is saturator. And all of that. But that's just a demonstration. I just wanted to show you guys how you can easily sample things. You don't have to export your sample and load it to paths. You can just go directly into path that you want to sample it, press the path, yes, and you have it at your disposal for sequencing. So, but another thing is that those samples are just in like RAM memory. So they assign to project, but you don't have access to them through your SD card. They just stuck in a project, so you can't load them from card. Like in this case, for example, I want to load for this one preset from WAV files. You can't load them from WAV files. I have from exports. That's the one, and I have plenty of my sounds on exports, but they are accessible through SD cards, so you can just swap them in your PC, and those are just in a project, in a RAM memory. You can load them from one project to another, but you don't have access to them from your SD card. So yeah, that will be it for this video. I hope that you like it. I think that audio might not be the best, but I'm doing what I can, and it's been a while since I recorded something decent as well. Hope that you like it, that you get something useful from it, and yeah, just wait for more, yes, because I have few things to do here, but I'm constantly working on the new ideas and how to just improve workflow for everybody, basically. Thanks for watching. See you next time.